Hello, everyone. Happy Training Tuesday. As you can tell, I am back in my normal office in Colorado after almost 3 weeks out of town. We were in California for the last couple weeks. My husband and I did a COVID-safe road trip. So we have a newborn, as most of you know. And so for us, we really wanted to get out, have her see family. And so we did the trip. So I'm back from Colorado, excited to be joining live for Training Tuesday. As you join us, say hi. Let me know if you have any questions as they come along, because that's the joy of doing it live. We can answer those questions in real time. And today we are talking about the idea of what purpose is versus what it is not. And I think this is a really important topic, and it was one I was really excited to do a Training Tuesday on, because I so often hear about purpose talked about all wrong. And I think in and of itself, right, it's a big word, it's a loaded word. I think for a lot of people, it has all kinds of associations. Any of you who are live, I'd be curious if you'd share, like, maybe before you knew better, what you thought of as purpose. Because I know for a lot of folks, the way that they see it is like an answer, right? A lot of people I talk to say, purpose is the answer. They kind of think that once they've found their purpose, it's gonna feel like a drum roll, and then the answer is going to be like, ta-da, your answer was your purpose is to be a teacher or something like that, right? I don't know if that resonates with anyone, but if so, let me know. For myself, I know that was very much what I thought. I used to think that purpose was this thing that was the answer, and so you either had it or you didn't. And I think that in and of itself puts an incredible amount of pressure on the situation. I'm sure some of you can probably relate, right? It puts an incredible amount of pressure on the situation, so that because you feel like, oh, I just need to find out the answer, the one answer that's going to give me everything I need to know about my life. And of course, if that's what we're looking for, it's going to be incredibly hard, right? And so instead of thinking of purpose as the answer, the end all be all, what I want you to think of this week, and my kind of education for you this week, is about the way that I typically think about purpose and the way I teach my clients to think about purpose. And that is, instead of purpose being an answer, instead of purpose being a vocation, right? Because previously a lot of people think that's the case. Purpose is a vocation, it's the job title. Instead of thinking purpose as a vocation, we want you to instead think of it as a way of being, right? When you are if you are having a career that's more purposeful, it's not like, oh, I just found out what the answer was and it was teacher, and then I went and did it. It's knowing, exactly as Shannon just said in the comments, me at my best. Shannon has been pushed kind of with my way of thinking, but I know she kind of is on board with this as well, because it's incredibly important to be aware that I don't think at the end of the day purpose is a vocation. I think purpose is a way of being, and it's a way of being you at your best. And so that's what I teach my clients. Instead of telling them, okay, let's go find what the answer is based on your skills and your expertise, which is, I think, a way that some folks do it and works for them. I like to say, instead of let's just looking for the answer, let's sit together, work together, look at what you like, what you don't like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and then come up with an idea of who I am at my best, what kind of things are important to me, and then ask yourself, how can I bring more of that into my career each day, right? So that transforms purpose from being something that is a single answer. It transforms purpose from being something that is, something that you need to kind of mesh and mold yourself into, something that's very static. It transforms it into something that can grow and evolve with you. And I tend to think that works a lot better, because again, if we figure out what the answer is and then down the road decide that we don't want that answer anymore, that's not going to feel so good. Okay, so that is my tip for you this week, to really encourage you to break down the way you think about purpose. Instead of it being a vocation, focus on it being a way of being, and a way of being you at your best that you can focus on each day. So that is my tip for you this week. If anyone needs support with figuring out how to make this transition, or if you're listening to this and being like, yes, I'm on board, I want to figure out a way to have a more purposeful career that doesn't have to feel like all this gross pressure and an answer, you know where to find me. I am here to support you, because that is my favorite thing to do each day. Okay? So that is my Training Tuesday for you. If you have any other questions or comments, other than I love this, yes, totally on board. Hooray. If anyone has any other questions or comments, let me know. You can always comment on this afterwards because this will go straight into my Instagram feed and you'll be able to find it in my Instagram lives. So if you have any questions, you can pop them there and I'll also get back to you if you're not able to watch this in real time, okay? So happy Training Tuesday, everyone. And of course, happy working.